Welcome everyone to the Souza Sport Report. I am your host Ryan Souza, and today I have a very special guest, my very good friend from Chicago, Illinois, my friend Ramiz Khan. And today we're going to be talking about Dwight Howard going to the Houston Rockets, leaving LA for the Houston Rockets. So Ramiz, why don't you get this thing started?
So, Rockets, Dwight Howard. If you ask me, I'd say it was a good decision he did that because the Rockets, they have Jeremy Lin and James Harden. And with that, could possibly be good chemistry. Wouldn't you say, Ryan? I mean, when he was with the Lakers, I mean, no offense to my Lakers fans. I adore the Lakers. I have respect for them. But Dwight Howard, Kobe, and Nash, it was not good. I mean, there was just a little bit of ball hogging in my perspective. So, I mean, I guess it's going to be a great run for Dwight Howard with the Rockets now. Back to you, Ryan.
All right, so now with Dwight Howard going to the Rockets and leaving LA, do you think we'll see the Dwight Howard of the 2009 NBA Finals, or will we see the Dwight Howard of this past season with the Los Angeles Lakers?
I think we're going to see the 2009 Dwight Howard because when he was in the Magic, he was the star. He was like the LeBron of Cleveland. So I think we're going to see him because even though there's James Harden and Jeremy Lin, and those two are stars, but he will be like the superstar, and he would be carrying the team half the way. So I think we're going to see a 2009 Dwight Howard, and I think that's going to be a good one.
All right. Which I completely agree with you. I mean, Dwight Howard is one of the best centers in the NBA, no matter what, even if he had a bad season being with the Los Angeles Lakers this past season. Now with Dwight Howard, now being the centerpiece, so to speak, of the Houston Rockets, do you think the Lakers can somehow work a way to get possibly a good center and work a way trades possibly in the next season to rebuild?
Well, I mean, the only way the Lakers will probably rebuild is through trade. Doing draft picks, I don't think they're going to end up going like last place or in the worst 15 to get a draft pick. A high draft pick, like say 1 or 3, but they're gonna use trade. And last time I checked the roster, they had like 4 or 5 point guards, and that's unnecessary. So maybe they trade 2, 3 point guards here and get a good center, like maybe Jermaine O'Neal, Al Johnson. Those would be good. That would be a good trade.
All right, now with the Los Angeles Lakers fans who are hoping that Dwight Howard would stay.
Oh, my mistake, Al Jefferson.
Al Jefferson, who went to the Charlotte Bobcats, who I guess are going now to be the Charlotte Hornets again, but that's a story for another time. But I'm going back to Dwight Howard. With Dwight Howard, now being this larger than life, I guess, superstar now in Houston. Do you see the LA fans now? When the season starts off and Dwight goes to the Staples Center, do you think he'll be booed? Do you think they'll have some sympathy towards him, or what do you think is going to happen on his first night back to LA?
I mean, with me as a Clevelander and seeing LeBron go, I saw a lot of Clevelanders getting upset. They booed. So I'd say half of the Lakers fans are going to be booed. Half will be booing Dwight Howard. But the other half might have some sympathy for him because, he did try and he didn't succeed. But, I hope that they don't take it too far and that they will just be focusing on to rebuild the Lakers team by using trade, draft picks, and whatnot.
Do you think now with the Houston Rockets lineup, it's a pretty good lineup for the next season with, Jeremy Lin, James Harden, Chandler Parsons, Omer Asik, and of course Dwight Howard. Do you think the Rockets can somehow work a way to get possibly maybe a better bench for Dwight in case of because Dwight does have that nagging back injury from the previous season when he was his last season with the Orlando Magic? Do you think the Rockets could work around a trade to get some at least decent players to substitute James Harden and Jeremy Lin and all those guys in the Rockets lineup?
Well, like I said before, I mean, the only way they would get a good bench is probably through using trade. So they could get a good 6-man I was gonna say Andre Iguodala would have been a good trade for put him on the bench, maybe even a starter once in a while here and there. But they just got to focus on trading and pick good players to sign off of free agency. So for the next season, they're ready, and then maybe they can start contending like they should be.
So with Dwight Howard, of course, now being in Houston, do you still see either team, rather be the Lakers or the Houston Rockets? Who do you think will have the better record next season? In the Western Conference. With the two teams, the LA Lakers and Dwight Howard going to the Houston Rockets, which team do you think will have the better record next season in the Western Conference?
Well, I think I might just go off the spot and say the Houston Rockets because, I have a good feeling that their chemistry is going to be good with Jeremy Lin, James Harden, and Dwight Howard as a trio. I think they're going to have a good chemistry, passing the ball, making sure that it goes in, and start winning games and contend. So I think both of them will make the playoffs, but Houston's going to be higher. It's going to be higher in the standings.
All right. Now, do you see the Houston Rockets, possibly being possibly being a better team now with Dwight Howard? Do you see them advancing further in the playoffs? Do you see them making the playoffs in the next couple of years with Dwight Howard?
I don't think that they're not NBA Finals contenders, but I think they would be around a first round semifinal. Maybe throughout the years when they start getting used to each other, and maybe then they start making trades, good trades. Sooner or later, they will go further into the playoffs and start contending. Maybe even win a championship. But as right now, I can see that they will just be playoff material and that they will make at least up to the semifinals.
Now, how do you think now with one of the teams that wanted Dwight Howard, the Dallas Mavericks? Do you think the Dallas Mavericks could possibly work a way in getting, of course they can work it through trade, but do you see the Dallas Mavericks possibly getting, some good free agent or working a trade to get a good player, to at least help, the Dallas Mavericks become a playoff a playoff team again?
Well, I think they can still become a playoff team. They have Dirk Nowitzki, so that's pretty good. Couple of good trades, bench warmers here and there. Maybe they could trade them. That's pretty much what I can say about the Dallas Mavericks. They can just keep making trades here and hopefully get good draft picks. Maybe that might help as well.
Do you see, like a major reaction as soon as Dwight puts on that Houston Rocket uniform? Like as soon as he comes out, do you think he'll get a major reaction from the Houston Rockets fan base?
I think they're going to be very happy. They're going to be very happy because then they know that, they have a better chance in the playoffs now. And they still hope that maybe Dwight Howard not only will get his championship that he's so long waited for, but, maybe the team will also do it.
Now, do you see any of the Rockets players possibly getting jealous that Dwight's being signed to this deal with the Houston Rockets that is technically more money than what Jeremy Lin and James Harden have with the team, or do you see them just coexisting with each other throughout the whole season and seasons to come in Houston?
I don't think that the Rockets players would be jealous. They realize that, he is famous in the public, and he's more famous than any other one in the Rockets team as far as I know. So, I don't think they will be jealous. I think they're just going to be happy that, they got him, and that maybe now they can just focus on getting a championship.
All right, so now the final, maybe a couple more, but with the final thought, do you, and this is kind of a pun, but do you think that with Dwight going to the Rockets and Jeremy Lin previously being with the New York Knicks 2 seasons ago with the whole insanity, do you think we could see it like a Dwight sanity or some crazy nickname for Dwight going into besides him being Superman?
I don't know. I think it's possible. I think it's possible he might be the hit of the team and it might go Dwight sanity. But, Jeremy Lin might get jealous of that now.
But that is true. Jeremy Lin, when he was with the New York Knicks, now with Jeremy Lin, and not trying to diss, Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard, of course, one of the best centers in the NBA. No matter what, even he's a little bit better than Andrew Bynum, who didn't play one game with the 76ers this past season. But with Jeremy Lin, I always felt like he was always underrated as an NBA player. And then as soon as Linsanity hit, everyone loved him. And then now he's becoming even more underrated because now no one cares about that anymore. And now they're trying to really criticize him about what he does nowadays, instead of him just liking the player and just letting him play the beautiful game of basketball. Now going back to Dwight, now with all like aspects put in, do you see possibly like Dwight ever leaving the Rockets, or do you think he'll stay like for a long time after the 3-year contract is up?
Well, I mean, at this moment, I think that he's going to stay, obviously, because he has a 3-year contract, and he might stay for more as long as he thinks that they're going to do good, and I believe that the Rockets are going to do good. So I think he might stay. I think he will stay, probably.
All right, now final question: Who wins possibly more rings in the future, the Lakers or the Houston Rockets with Dwight Howard?
Oh, well,
or who has a better chance of getting the ring, with Dwight or without Dwight?
Who would have it? Like their year?
Yeah, like over the years, like who do you think would have the most chances of possibly making it to the NBA Finals and winning a championship? Do you think it's the LA Lakers, or do you think it's the Rockets with Dwight Howard?
Well, I mean, it depends, because I think that if the Lakers make good trades and they start rebuilding and focusing on that, I mean, they still have Kobe and Steve Nash, which is very good, still in my beliefs. So if they do make trades and put the pieces together for a good lineup, then I think that the Lakers would have a good chance and might be better than the Houston Rockets when it comes to rings. But as far as this moment, I think Houston has good pieces right now, and by the looks of it, I think they might do better. But overall, I think Lakers would still be best.
All right. So pretty much, I want to thank you, Rameez, for actually coming on the show. And this is now going to be called the R&R show. It's going to be the Rameez and Ryan show. It's going to be very cool. This is our very first episode. We'll not title this, the R&R show just yet. But I would like to thank you once again for being on the show, Rameez. And of course,
my pleasure.
Tomorrow we'll be talking about the future of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Of course, Rameez's favorite team in the NBA. Because he's from Cleveland. Personally, I'm of course, Miami Heat fan, even though I'm from, the great small state of Rhode Island, and and you're in Chicago right now, and you used to be in Rhode Island, but kind of upset about that. But anyway, so don't forget to check out, our video tomorrow. Don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out us. Pretty much, hopefully, we'll be able to do a video, as frequently as we would like. If it's an every week video or whatever the case may be, hopefully you guys check it out. And that's pretty much all I have to say. So it's official that Dwight Howard has officially signed with the Houston Rockets. The deal doesn't become official until July 10th. Rameez, any closing words you want to say before we end this video?
Good luck to Dwight Howard and the Houston Rockets. What else can I say? I mean, good trade, good decision. Not bad for the Houston Rockets. Now the fans better be happy.
All right, and this has been, the great one, I guess, Ryan Souza. And until the next time, folks, we're out of here. Sign off. Deuce.